Welcome to the old chicken coop slash garden shed, which will now be dubbed the Quack Den. So I know at the beginning of the year, we gave you guys all of our goals, and one of those was Muscovy Ducks. Well, we got the Muscovy Ducks, but this girl jumped the gun, and I can sometimes be a little impulsive, though I do my research, and I've kind of put us in a little bit of a hairy situation. Kidding season is about a month away, and all my Muscovy ducks are currently in the kidding side of my barn. And I really need them to get out so I can start preparing for our Nigerian dwarf goats to have their babies. So that's why we're here. That's why you saw that crazy mess outside. I've been in here today cleaning it out, and guys, you can tell there's still like old chicken mess. We used untreated wood because when we first started, we really did use secondhand materials, or we would go to like lumber yards to the reject pile and we would grab wood to put the floor in here. So this specific shed has been here, probably for about 10 years. And it's held up pretty good for 10 years. It's still pretty sturdy. It keeps the weather out, but boy, it is a little scary. It's a little scary in here. And it's just because weather, and sometimes the mice and rats and raccoons like to get in here. So my job this week is to clean this all out completely and make it a very welcoming quack den for our Muscovies. And if you remember the goals video, I planned to tear down that shelter to make a new duck house. And then it kind of dawned on us today while we were talking, why are we ripping down a perfectly good structure to make a new structure? And it just kind of didn't make sense. And this won't be their permanent enclosure, which is why it's nice that we're using the Premier One electric netting, because we can kind of move their enclosure wherever we decide to put their permanent housing. Let's see if we can get this done. I'm going to bring you guys along with me this week to get it done, and hopefully in a week's time we'll have the ducks out here. So we better get cracking. So I have some floor repairs I need to make in here, and I need to get our Premier One out, and you guys can just see, like, we had old hunting blocks in here for like archery practice. So we've got, yeah. You see, like, I have a whole bunch of stuff. It just kind of is a catch-all, so I guess I need to get on that and get some of the floor fixed, get the bedding in, and then get the electric fence out here, and then all we need is the ducks, which is going to be really exciting. We are literally just going to kind of rough it and grab whatever material we can from wherever we can on the property, because a lot of times when you're homesteading, especially when you're starting up, you don't have a whole lot of funds to build with brand new materials. Or if it's a quick repair, sometimes it's better, especially right now with the way lumber prices are here in the US, it's better to go and see if you can salvage anything from old projects. And that's also a good reason too, when you do dismantle something or you tear something down, trying to keep some of the best parts of it that can be salvageable, because you never know when you're going to use them on your homestead. So I think we're about ready to go get some bedding, go get some, they're all their supplies that they'll need down here, and then I get the Premier One fencing up. So that really shouldn't take long. I've never put it up before, but it shouldn't take long. And the good thing about the Premier One fencing is that it kind of makes this whole deal movable. So if I feel like they're being a little rough on one area, I can make the Premier fencing and move it. So this will be really good. Like if I wanted to use this for goats to keep them rotational, I probably could, which is something we're thinking about. But then again, I'm kind of torn between permanent and movable. I'd really like to have a permanent section by section, but that's for another video. You guys don't care about that. We're here for ducks today. So you guys can see we've got a little nesting over there. I was told that ducks like round things to nest in, so I figured, I've got a round thing that I'm not using, so let's use that as a duck nest. So I've got like the bottom of like a galvanized pot there, and hopefully allowing them to nest there, and just a whole bunch of bedding. The Premier One fencing though really was a lot easier. But look at all the area they're gonna have. They get all this area over here. It comes over into our in-ground. And again, guys, please, like, don't Don't judge me for my mess right now. I'll clean it up. And then they get to come over here. It starts at this corner and goes all the way. You guys see, it goes all the way around. I think they're gonna really like it. Like, I'm kind of stoked that they get this area, but I think we're ready. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna take a little bit of a breather, and I'm gonna go get the ducks, bring them out here and see how they like their new home sweet home. Last one. It's always so much harder than I think it should be. But the good thing now, I can take all of this and get it ready for kidding season, because kidding season's about a month away and I don't have any time left to mess around. You hush. You have done nothing but be a hindrance. Get out of here. Get away from it. God, it's like he's never seen the ducks before. It's so new. Was it worth being run after? Was it worth it? You think? Oh, you like this? I think it's safe to say that my issue between Sir Quackers and Squiggy wasn't that Squiggy was sick. I think that because of the area that they were in and there's no room for them to move in and out, that they physically were just like too close and we're at the beginning of breeding season. So I think this will help alleviate that, because Squiggy is very healthy. Mr. Quackers is very healthy. They're just both interested in the ladies, and who could blame them? Because look, this is a lovely bunch of ladies. So hopefully soon they'll be all settled in. Safe. I'm gonna go ahead and give these guys some privacy because I want them to settle in, have a good time in their new home. Django to stay away because I'm gonna whoop this puppers. Hey, get out of here. Get out of here. Okay, so then see what they like, because I still have to get their food and water and bring it down. So I might have to redo some of the the feeding setups that I have. That's not an issue. I'm just glad they're out here. You guys, I don't know if we'll be able to see the ladies. Are they all? They've probably already gone around to the other side. You guys see, they've already picked one of the best spots. We left that cedar in too because I figured that might be a nice source of shade, even though this area is pretty shady anyways, that they would like it. So I've got 4 females that, for lack of a better word, hate me and didn't want to be inside with me. But I'm really glad that they're out here under that tree, because the more that they get out here and move around, the more the others will come out. So yeah, we'll see. I haven't electrified my fence yet, but I plan to push these guys back inside tonight and close them up and let them out in the morning. So I don't know how that'll go. Their whole setup over here is pretty temporary in the ways that we'd like to have a nice duck house, but I kind of jumped the gun. So just learn from me and don't jump the gun. Wait for your infrastructure. I did all my research, so I did 1 out of the big 2 right when it comes to introducing new livestock onto your farm, which is researching your livestock, understanding prevalent diseases, their natural habits, everything like that. The second one I didn't do so well was getting infrastructure ready and making sure we were prepared to welcome them onto the farm, because we weren't. But it worked out that we have a whole big side of the barn that could hold them, but it's for kidding, and we are on the precipice of kidding season. So you girls are so pretty. You like it? You like your new digs? I think that about does it for our episode on a Muscovy move out. I, for one, am glad to get them out of my barn, because even in that small space, we're in a freezing fall because we're going into spring, and that's causing a little bit of stinkiness in there. Not as much as like normal ducks would, but just enough, because I've got 10 in there. They're breeding, they're trying to make their nests, all kinds of things like that. Whereas out here, they've got all of this pendant area along with a lot more aeration, because I was starting to worry about respiratory issues being closed in that side of the barn. Here they won't have that, and hopefully I'll learn when we reach our endeavors for coonies to make sure our infrastructure is there first and the research is there, and then bringing the animals on, because I don't like kind of flying at the cuff. I don't like flying it by the seat of my pants sometimes, and I know Mark doesn't either, but he was sweet enough to kind of let me go ahead and get these ducks, because happy wife, happy life. So I think we're gonna close it off with that, guys. Let me know what you think about the new duck enclosure. When do you think they'll start laying enough eggs where they'll start incubating them? Because while they are starting to lay eggs, I am afraid to incubate them, because Muscovy duck eggs are known for being notoriously hard to incubate. So I'm really hoping mommies will start setting soon. But go ahead and drop that down in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Thanks so much for stopping in. Drop us a like, leave us a comment, and subscribe. But until next time, guys, make sure you're being kind to one another out there and staying healthy. Bye.